In this video, we'll be working on the following options inside our 5-axis toolpath. We'll be looking at the tool axis control and the collision control. So let's start off with what we have taken care of for you in this file. For starters, we've picked a table head machine, and we've selected a 20mm ball nose end mill with a holder. We also have color-coded a few of the main solid faces for your easy picking. Now for this example, we'll be working with another pattern-style toolpath called Morph. So let's start by turning on a few levels. So let's go to Levels. We already have the part. We already have the fixture. We have the flat head screws. And we're going to turn on this tool axis control chain here. I'm going to go back to Toolpaths. Okay, now we can start. Let's go to Toolpaths. Let's do the drop down here. We're using Pattern, and we're going to use a Morph. So what we're going to use this toolpath for is to go ahead and go from a Morph toolpath from one edge to another edge based on the drive surfaces that we're selecting. Holder, we have our 20mm ball, our holder, and a tool projection set. We're going to go ahead and look at our cut pattern. So we have a pattern from, and we have a pattern to. So we're going to start off with the first curve, being the first side of the edge of the pattern. So we'll select here, we'll go to Solids, Single Edge. I will select to the left here, Generate Across. That'll be the first edge it'll morph from. Say OK. And then the pattern to. We'll go ahead and select this edge here, starting at the same start. And then we have the drive surface that the cut will cut across. So let's go ahead and select the drive surface. And that will be this green face right here. And we'll end selection there. We're going to go ahead and stick with our zigzag, standard, and direction 1. This looks good. Let's go look at our tool axis. So by default, we have surface with tilt. We're going to go ahead and go into the tool axis control, and we're going to say from a chain. So as we can see in this picture here, we have a curve that we'll be working with, and that will help control the direction of the holder and the direction of the actual shank, and let the tip come down to the surface it needs to cut. So we'll go ahead and select our chain. That'll be this one here. That'll control our holder and the direction of the shank. And then we're going to go ahead and tell it curve tilt type. We're going to use the option from start to end for each contour. So as it zigzags and goes back from one end to the other, it will always keep a constant contact with that chain with the holder. Collision control, we'll go ahead and stay with this first selection. I'm going to look at linking. And right here where it says small gaps, I would like that to actually be direct. And I'm going to go back to cut pattern and look at my step over. I'd like my step over to be 10mm, a large value at this time, just to see what our cut pattern looks like. And we'll go ahead and green check. So we can see we have a nice cut pattern. Now let's take a look at what it actually looks like with the tool engagement. So I'm going to go ahead and left click on the toolpath, and I will step through this. First thing we can see is the shank of the tool engages with the side of the part. But we do see that the holder is being controlled by our curve that we have at the top. So the tool is going ahead using the tip and staying on the floor, moving back and forth. And the holder, once again, is controlling to try to tilt the tool away from the other edges. This is not good, as we can see that we make engagement with the tool against the part. So let's go ahead and jump out of that. So this was your first introduction to the options of tool axis control and collision control.